Hi, I'm Matt Cox. I'm a climate and energy policy expert, having worked in this field for a little over a dozen years. And I've written over 80 scientific and legal publications in this area. My specialty is figuring out how to move American cities and states towards clean energy in a way that improves the future of all people, be that through better health outcomes, economic development and jobs, being good stewards of public resources, and creating more equitable outcomes overall. I normally summarize this as moving us toward a clean energy future as fast and fair as possible. I work on this every day as the CEO and founder of Greenlink Analytics, where we have helped to avoid the emission of about 3.5 billion metric tons of CO2 and saved about 1,200 lives. In my early 20s, I was introduced to the science of climate change and its ability to be a risk multiplier for dozens of other threats to society, in addition to posing its own threats to society. About the same time, I was also starting to get deeper into study of ethics and philosophy. Um, so for me, that led me to start to think that good policy, while it's a combination of dozens and dozens of different areas and subject matter experts, ultimately it's trying to answer the key question of ethics. What should we do? Seeing the threats posed by climate change, considering what this meant with an American value base, was what really set me down this path. I was trying to think about whether we were going to be the first generation that failed to make sure that our children had better lives than we did. The experiences that were going to be lost, the suffering that was sure to come if we didn't change direction, those were the things that inspired me to move my life into this area. Over time, I came to understand through my research and my studies that it didn't actually need to be all doom and gloom, that we could actually fight climate change while we made a more equitable society and addressed a lot of the problems in our society. So we could be healthier, we could be wealthier, and we could be driving down our emissions. Uh, and that was really a result of there being so much waste and harm in the way that our society currently works, all the way from the local scale up to the international scale, that leaves a lot of room for us to create better futures. There's a lot of areas that are identifying new connections right now, and that inevitably creates some friction between folks who've been working in one space and trying to work with folks that have been in another space, but I think it's healthy. Environmental justice, climate justice, engineering, data science, epidemiology, waste management, public utilities, community engagement, community organizing, they're all coming together and seeing linkages that haven't really been put forward before. So I think what we need to do is to keep pushing the envelope here and working together so that we can create a better society. Primarily, I think we need more data-driven policy processes. And to complement that, we need better public engagement. At its core, a lot of our problems today are the result of democratic processes that don't represent the will or the interest of the public. Establishing a strong basis in fact, and then getting people and government together, those are going to be the critical things for moving us forward to a better future in almost every area in the United States, climate and otherwise. I wanted to be Jeff Corwin, that dude from the Animal Planet. I just wanted to go to these amazing environments, showing everyone all the cool plant and animals that you could find along the way. I say Jeff Corwin because I wasn't quite as happy to take risks as somebody like Steve Irwin. You know, I wasn't jumping on the back of a crocodile. That did not look like the right choice. But I loved the idea of teaching people all about these crazy life forms that are all over the planet and their special adaptations to their environments. So hot and spicy Cheezits are definitely my favorite snack, although I almost never eat them and don't buy them because once I start, I basically can't stop. I love the flavor. They're they're fantastic. But if we're asking which one do I actually go to, my regular go-to is mint gum. And I go through packs of that like I'm a smoker. Significantly fewer calories with that, though, than the Cheez-Its. I'm a drummer, and I used to compete at a very high level in marching band. Nowadays, I have a drum set, and I try to spend an hour or two with it each weekend. It's a great way for me to unplug from a lot of the work I would do in a regular week, tap into a whole other part of my brain, and just get that creative energy going. Get involved with your local government and do your research.